Can we start?
Yes, my friend, please.
Yeah. Good morning, all. Hello. Good
Good
morning, all.
morning. Good morning. We can hear you.
To Alara.
Good morning.
We I want to welcome you all to this WAKI implementation review, and also as a requirement, we are supposed to have a training, and we felt it is better we combine the training along with the uh, implementation review program so that we can, well, most of the department heads or most of the people that are involved in the implementation, we also have understanding of what the standard is requesting from us. Uh, as a requirement of FSSC, we are supposed to meet three. Uh, we have three requirements to be met. One of them is ISO 22018. The second one is prerequisite program, which we are going to be talking about today. The third one is the additional requirement by the FSS, the GFSI Institute. So, but for today, we shall be having a brief awareness on prerequisite program, and I want to encourage every one of us to participate, and also where you have any issue of concern, you should please call us back so that we can explain further on it. Also, we have tried as much as possible to simplify the training program by looking at the requirements of the prerequisite program and also compare it with whatever we have on ground, that is our SOPs, our cleaning program and everything. Whatever program we have tried as much as possible to match so that when we are looking at the requirement, we also be looking at what we have on ground as far as working is concerned, so that during audits, where we have questions from related clauses, we should be able to give them a related evidence. That is what we have as an evidence during the audit. So this will make the audit a smooth one and also fast track the process of question and answering between the auditors and the auditee. And by doing so, we are going to be it's a way of showing our level of understanding and commitment to the auditor. So if you look at the slide in front of you, the same prerequisite program ISO TS 22002-1 2019. It means ISO technical specification 22,000 2002-1. That one is just a classification depending on the category of food industry which we all fall in. But for WAKI, we are falling under category of 1. So the 2009 is the year of revision. The last one we have, the revision we had before this, I think it's in 2005, along with the TS, when it was newly adopted. So I'll be going line by line. This is the table of contents. Later, I may be sharing the ISO TS 22000 to 2009 version. But if you look at the standard, this is what we are going to find. the requirements start from 1 to 3. It's all about definition, explanation, scope, and everything. But the standard we'll be looking at us. The requirement will start from clause number 4. It means from clause number 4, we should be able to have a corresponding evidence that we are meeting the requirement. So it starts from construction and layout of our building. Clause 5 is talking about layout of our layout of premises and workplace. Clause 6 is talking about utility, air, water, and energy. Clause 7 is talking about waste disposal. Clause 8 is talking about equipment suitability, cleaning, and maintenance. Clause 9 is talking about management of purchased material. Clause 10 is talking about measure for prevention of cross-contamination. Clause 11 is talking about cleaning and sanitation. Clause 12 is talking about pest control. Clause 13 is talking about personal hygiene and employee facility. Clause 14 is talking about rework. Clause 15 is talking about product recall procedure. Clause 16 is talking about warehousing. Clause 17 is talking about product information and consumer awareness, which also include we have food defense, biovigilance, and bioterrorism. So I will be taking the slide one by one. I will make it as fast as possible. For clause 1, there are what we call subclauses. Under clause 1, we have general requirement, which is talking about the building design constructed and maintained in a manner that is appropriate for processing operation. We are also going to look at it is talking about the environment, which is clause 4.2. That is, we need to consider the environment. We need to understand the environment where WAKIB is operating. Then, if you look at on the right side, the relevant SOP that is describing or that is standing as an evidence to this requirement is 1. For construction and layout of our building, we have our site plan. I believe during the last audit, what we noticed is that the site plan is having WASIF written on it. However, WAKIB is somewhere very small in the plan, but the site plan is the title is called WASIL plant or something like that. So I want us to look into that so that we have a separate site plan. It's also part of the NC that was given to us. So then we need to also have apart from the site plan, which is the general, we need to also have the plant layout too. However, in the drawing, I think the drawing I got was about 3 or 4 pages. Where each floor, the plan describes each floor, what is happening there, and the subsequent process. So we need to be informed that wherever we ask for construction and they are probably talking of site plan and layout, then we also have cleaning and sanitation of our equipment and facility, which we have a procedure in place, which is WAKIB PRDN SOP number 10 for cleaning. We also have a pest control management in place, which is WAKIB HSC SOP 06. We also have a waste management procedure in place, which is WAKIB HSC SOP 015. Also, as a measure or an evidence to prove that we are actually working, because there are some, if you look at the process, there are some that require a physical evidence. That is where we talk of how to ensure that we prevent cross-contamination, we prevent the type of structure, the type of preventive measure that was that are put in place to ensure that people don't come in, go out anyhow. Then we also, if you look at, we have a staff and visitors hygiene. That is anybody that is coming into our premises. We have a procedure that is handling that. We have contractor operation control. While we are saying all this, we want you to find time to study this procedure so that in case you are asked, you'll be able to explain what you are doing as regarding most of these activities. The record too, just like what I've said, we need to get a record for site plan. Our GMP audit, which is working PAC, it is there to, we need to conduct a GMP audit of our premises. We need to identify the high risk area, the low, medium, the medium, and the low one. So by having this, we'll be able to understand what the type of control we need to put in place to ensure that the activities within our premises is okay and suitable for our type of business operation. That's why if we look at 4.30 location of the establishment, we then also cleaning and inspection record, and that is handled by HSC department, where we have first activity trending analysis report. It is system generated but handled by HSC department. We have a case consignment note, which is which is also handled by WACU HSC FM02. We have a waste trending report. Then action against potential contamination. Just like what I've said, we have a process in place to monitor movement of people from contractor, visitors, staffs, to ensure that people that were not supposed to be in a particular area did not get access to that particular area. So that's layout of premises and workplace is also talking about site plan too. Then the equipment and the preventive measures, the preventive maintenance activities that are in place. And if you look at the SOP, we have WACI BNG SOP 005. It's handled by engineering department. For clause 5, if you look at 5.1, it says internal layout shall be designed, constructed, and maintained to facilitate good hygiene and manufacturing practice. The movement pattern of material, products, and people, and the layout of equipment shall be designed to protect against potential contamination sources. So we need to design our factory in such a way that people, rodents, unwanted, contamination or from any source did not get access into our process line. By doing that, we are trying to prevent a food hazard that could come from maybe cross-contamination and the rest. The internal design, layout, and traffic pattern. The building shall provide adequate space with a logic flow of material, which I've mentioned, and personnel and physical separation of raw material area. If you look at our the other side, we have kept some records which are in use, and we need to also, which are applicable, that we have documented. We have the cleaning and sanitation equipment, which is done by production department. We have the CIP log sheet, which is generated system-wide. We have the line clearance checklist by production, which is CL04. We have machine and equipment maintenance record. That is engineering FM02, 3, 10, and 12. So also audit trial, we have approval. We need to have approval for the construction of our building, approval of layout, master plan, internal design photo, internal layout photo, internal structure photo, internal fittings photo, location of equipment, and the rest. This is also continuation. That is, we are looking at location of equipment, where our equipment are location, laboratory facility. The standard is saying where we are going to put our microbiology laboratory should not be open to production. or there should be a demarcation. That is, whatever is coming should not be a direct opening to production. Then temporary mobile we don't have down. Storage of food, packaging material, ingredients, and non-food chemical. We have been able to identify receipt and storage of raw material, packaging material in warehouse. There's a procedure in place. Also, receipt and storage of finished goods in warehouse. Receipt and storage of damaged goods also in warehouse. Good warehouse practices. There's also a procedure for that. Then we have good records. We have good received notes, WAKIF WFM 01. Then we have damaged good received record, WAKIF WRG 01. We have temperature monitoring record, which is WAKIF warehouse RG 02. Then we have pest control service report as generated system-wide too. Then we talk of utility, that is clause number 6. It's talking about utility, that is air, water, and energy. The requirement, that is 6.5. The provision and distribution of distribution routes for utility to and around processing and storage area shall be designed to minimize the risk of product contamination. Utilities quality shall be monitored to minimize product contamination risk. Water supply, the supply of potable water shall be sufficient to meet the needs of the production process. Facility for storage, distribution, and where needed, temperature control of water shall be designed to meet specified water quality requirements. Water use as a product ingredient includes ice and steam, including preliminary steam, or in contact with product or product service shall meet specified quality and microbiological requirement relevant to the product. Water for cleaning and application where there is a risk of direct product contact, e.g., jackets, vessel, heat exchanger, shall meet specified quality and microbiological requirements relevant to the application. So we have been able to identify some records too. We have the operation and monitoring of water treatment plants, which is engineering activities. We have equipment operation, cleaning and prevention of preventive maintenance, which is also engineering activities. We have records. We have process water quality records that is done by that is the CEO, that is done by Quality Assurance Department. We have chemical analysis reports, that is the raw and treated water. Then we have microbiology analysis, water analysis reports. Also, that is WAKIF FM 14 and 15. We have microbial environmental monitoring, where we monitor the environment, where we monitor the production environment as well as outside. Then temperature and humidity record, that is for QA. Then we also have external analysis report. This is a report. We have a file where we keep all external analysis. Then we have hand swab test, which is carried out by WAC QA, which is FM 23. We have water line and tank service report, because from my during my interaction with engineering, I came to understand that I have a service agreement with a company that is servicing our water line as well as the tank, and in every two months. And I was able to see the records, and monthly, I was able to see the records, I was able to see the service agreement and the reports. So that is why we put it in a file, because it is not our own generated record. So we make a file for it. Then also continuation utility. We have boiler chemical, we have air quality and vents, which I've mentioned in the previous slide. So where we have boiler chemical, the system is saying the chemical should be approved through safety additives, which means relevant additives specification. So it means whatever material we are using to generate steam must have a food, it must be a food grade, that is, it must be suitable for human consumption. That is, even if by mistake it touches woman food or anything, it should not be an hazard to the process line. Then air ventilation, air quality and ventilation, I've said it, you have air monitoring reports. Also, utility continues. Then we have compressed air and other gas. We don't have that. We don't use that. Then we have lighting. There's a specific lighting requirement. We also need, so the light should also be protected in such a way that it, even when it breaks, it will not get into it should not enter our production process. So it means we must have a sort of unbreakable plastics or something to cover our lights. Then waste disposal. 7 point, that is 7. Systems shall be in place to ensure that waste materials are identified, collected, removed, and disposed of in a manner which prevents contamination of product and production area. 7.2, container for waste and inedible or hazardous substance. Container for waste shall be clearly identified for their intended purpose, located in a designated area, constructed of impervious material which can be readily cleaned and sanitized, closed when not in use, locked where the waste may pose a risk to the product. So we have a procedure in place. We have a waste management procedure in place. We also have records in place. These activities is managed mostly by HSC. That is to that is the overall waste management. But individual department, we have the controls. For example, production should be able to identify waste that are coming from their side. They need to also keep those waste properly to ensure that the waste does not pose a risk to the product. Records in place, we have factory cleaning checklist. That is the checklist we use to carry out cleaning of our factory, which is done by HSC. We have premises cleaning, also by HSCs. We have waste consignment notes. That is when we are taking our waste outside. We have a record for doing that and evidence that waste are regularly taken out of our premises. The requirement is also talking about drains and drainages. We should not have a stagnant water. Even in our process production floor, there should be it should be constructed in a way that when we are doing cleaning, the water should have a place, a channel that it's going to pass through, and we should not be observing stagnant or moving water in the production floor as well as in the factory environment. Equipment, that is clause number 8, is talking about equipment suitability, cleaning, and maintenance. It said 8.1, food contact equipment shall be designed and constructed to facilitate cleaning, disinfection, and maintenance. What the standard is trying to look at is that whatever material we are using in our production department should be the type that is cleanable. Especially, it should be a stainless material, at least a minimum of stainless material that is cleanable. So we have, just like we have a records in place, we have the cleaning sanitation of equipment where it's the procedure explain how we are going to clean our equipment. We have maintenance procedure for the engineering department. We have equipment operation and cleaning and preventive maintenance, which is also engineering department. Records available, we have the cleaning and inspection schedule. which is WAKIB HSC CL06, 07, 09, and 10. We also have temperature monitoring records. We have one for warehouse. We also have one with quality assurance. We have machine and equipment maintenance record, which is managed by engineering department. Then we go further. This is continuation, preventive and corrective action. That is a preventive maintenance program shall be in place. The preventive maintenance program shall include all devices used to monitor and or control food safety hazard. Corrective action shall be taken out in such a way that the production on adjoining line or equipment is not at risk of contamination. That is, if we are doing a maintenance activities, for example, you have two lines and they were installed close to each other. It means there must be a control to ensure that when we are carrying out maintenance activities from here, whatever we are doing here, it does not affect or contaminate the other machine that is still working, that is still running. So it's a way of preventing cross contamination. The maintenance requests which impact product safety shall be given priority. That's wherever we have the maintenance activities to be carried out, and the engineering should endeavor to give maybe a week notice that so time we are going to carry out the maintenance activities on this machine, so that production will be able to prepare very well for any eventualities. Then temporary fixes shall not put product safety at risk. A request for replacement by permanent repair shall include a maintenance schedule. Lubricant and heat transfer fluid shall be food grade. I've said it before. So the records, just like what the records we were able to identify are cleaning and sanitation equipment record, maintenance, preventive maintenance too, the cleaning inspection schedule, temperature monitoring machine, then line clearance checklist. That is, before we start production as a as a cleaning process, we need to have a clearance that the line is suitable for production. Then certificate of food grade, whether we are using grease or lubricant. We need to also have evidence of it, because during the audit, they are going to ask us, we have the grease and lubricant we are using, are they food grade? They need to see evidence of it. The maintenance of purchase material, which is clause 9. Purchase of material which impact food safety shall be controlled to ensure that the suppliers have the capability to meet the specified requirement. The conformance of incoming material to specified purchase requirement shall be verified. That is where we come in. We need to identify our vendors. We need to register them. When we are doing that, it means WAKIB should have a system in place to accept anybody. That is a requirement in place that must be met by anybody that wants to be a vendor to WAKIB, WAKIB company. So in that process, we have a procedure in place, vendor management, which is WAKIB purchase SOP 003. We have received sampling and testing of incoming material, because when you are supplying material and the supplier is giving a specification, we need to also confirm that whatever the man is supplying us meet our own specification. So there should be a procedure. The procedure that is received sampling and testing is a procedure in place to ensure that Keyway is notified of any material that is coming in, and they also do some analysis and give their approval before they allow the material to come into our warehouse. So the records are available, which should be available. The records that are supposed to be available are vendor registration form, which is WACI Purchase FM04, vendor evaluation form, which is WACI Purchase FM04. What vendor evaluation, the system is saying, fine, you have accepted this person to be working, to be supplying you. When you are doing the initial assessment, it may be having an excellent report, but you need to also evaluate him again, sort of reevaluate him again to ensure that to be sure that he's still on that excellent grade. So that's why you need to either you do it 6 months or you do it yearly. So it depends on your own program after assessing the risk that is involved. Then we now talk of vendor communication. We talk of our FPO, mail, evaluation communication, purchase order, all this. What do I mean by evaluation communication? When you evaluate your customer, you are supposed to inform him that when we evaluate you, this is what you scored. And where we have a vendor that is not meeting our assessment percentage, we also need to sit him down. We need to discuss with him. So during that commission, you need to have an evidence that you have communicated the report, the results to the vendor. Also, where we have issue, you need to also have evidence that you have communicated and you have discussed the best way so that the best way the vendor can perform better in the next consignment or next activity. Then we also have truck fitment for loading. Fine, when we have a supplier is supplying us a good product and the rest, but because he's using a crop that is not suitable for food, we may be having some cross contamination in terms of grease, oil, even foreign particles, and the rest. So we need to also have we have a truck fitment for loading where we check the condition of the truck that is bringing material in and also that is taking material that we also use to take material out of our premises. I said we have certificate of analysis that is coming with all raw material. We have incoming raw material packaging material, that's the report. So for verification, then continuation of purchase, where we have products that are out of specification, we need to also have we have a procedure in place to check that. Also, we need to have a record in place to pass across to the supplier for the supplier to also do investigation so that we can also all the two companies can come to a stage, a position to accept. Somebody needs to accept the fault. Then we need to also look for area of improvement. Measures for prevention of cross contamination. We are looking at allergen. We are looking at because we have different departments. We want to be sure that somebody in packaging material did not have access to did not have access to mixing area. What I'm saying, somebody that is working in packing now should not leave his place and go to mixing area where the area is open and where we have possibility of during loading, where we have possibility of cross contamination. So we also look at the allergen management. We have a procedure for that. Then record, we have declaration of allergen material in our label. That is, we need to ensure that whatever ingredients that we have used in the production of our products, they must be clearly defined. So if a customer is allergic to a particular ingredients, he will clearly see it and also avoid eating that product to prevent cross contamination, to prevent allergen. The measure for preventing, okay, that's continuation. So for cleaning and sanitation, the standard is saying cleaning and sanitation program shall be established to ensure that the food processing equipment and environment are maintained in an hygiene condition. Program shall be monitored for continued stability and effectiveness. What we are saying is after cleaning, we need to also sanitize our material. That's where we have swap analysis, air monitoring, and the rest. We have for the procedure in place. We have equipment operation, cleaning, and preventive maintenance by engineering. We also have process validation in production department. Records, we have cleaning and inspection schedule. Then we have machine maintenance records. This is a sanitation continuous. We have line clearance and product changeover control. That is where if we are changing from a flavor to another flavor, we need to have a line clearance as well as changeover control in place to ensure that we avoid cross contamination between the two products. Then we have caustic soda that is used for line clearance. We need to be sure that when we run the line, when we run caustic soda solution into the line, we need to be sure that the raised water is properly checked to prevent unnecessary introduction of caustic soda into the residue of caustic soda into the process line. Then just like what I've said, I said we have the hand swab tests. Pest control. This is managed by warehouse, HSC. We have the pest control management procedure in place, which is WAKIP HSC SOP 06. We also have waste management, which is WAKIP HSC SOP 005. Then the records, we have fumigation, deratization monitoring, which is handled by HSC department. This is also continuation of that. We have personnel hygiene and employee facility. We have cleaning and sanitation procedure. We have canteen GMP procedure that is with HSC department. So records that we are supposed to keep. We are supposed to have daily hygiene compliance records with QA, cleaning and inspection schedule, toilet cleaning, daily canteen checklist, full and last test, which is done every 6 months. Then continuation personnel hygiene and employee facility. We have visitor hygiene, employee health and hygiene facility. We have a procedure where we have employee canteen, then employee uniform issuance. We have daily personnel compliance, staff uniform record, laundry book, visitors movement register. Is also continuation. Then we have rework. Rework shall be stored, handled, and used in such a way that product safety, quality, traceability, and regulatory compliance are maintained. We have a rework procedure in place. We also have a batch numbering and traceability procedure also in place. Then we have a record, a microbial analysis record of our rework product. I think we are also missing one. We have a batch traceability records too, which is missing from here. Then we have product record. We have a procedure for that. The standard request that we do at least a mock record once in a year. There's a requirement that we do a mock record at least once in a year. That is, we try and test run our procedure if it is effective or not. Then we have material disposal notes. That is WAKIP, PM, QFM, 36. Then warehousing. Material and products shall be stored in clean, dry, and well ventilated space protected from dust, condensation, foams, odors, and other sorts of contamination. Warehousing requirements, effective control of warehousing temperature, humidity, and other environmental conditions shall be provided where required by product or storage specification. It is recommended that where products are stacked, conditions should be given to measure necessary to protect the lower layer. Waste material and chemical cleaning products, lubricants, and pressure shall be stored separately. A separate area or other means of segregation material identified as non-conforming shall be provided. Specified stock rotation shall be either FIFO or FEFO shall be observed. Gasoline or diesel truck, power forklift shall not be used in food ingredients or food product storage. Vehicle conveyor and container shall be maintained in a state of repair, cleanliness, and condition consistent with requirement given in relevant specification. So we have been able to identify some records that are relating to this. We have good warehouse practicing, the practice, that is working warehouse SOP 11. We also have vehicle management procedure. We also have stock counting procedure in warehouse. Records available. We have temperature monitoring records, pest activity strength analysis. We have pest control service report too. We have pallet stacking of products. We also have stock rotation, which is for stock dispatch, which is monitored in the system, as well as there's a record for that too by the warehouse manager. Then we have stock treatment, which is working QACLO2. The warehouse is also segregated and also identified properly, but however, there's still need for improvement, which the last time I was there, the place is well kept. So I think they are trying to put some identification in place. The gang line is done, the walkway, everything is done. I think we have a good improvement in that area too. Their product identification and consumer awareness. So it shall be presented to consumer in such a way as to enable them to understand its importance and make informed choices. Information may be provided by labeling or other means, such as company website, advertisement, and may include storage, preparation, serving instruction applicable to the product. Yes, we have been able to identify procedure that are relating to that. We have the batch numbering and traceability. We also have product description and intended use, which is working with CCP SOP 03. Then evidence as a record, we have raw material traceability. Then we have sample of packaging material, which is having the best production day best before batch number, production day best with NAFDAC, markup list of ingredients, and the rest. Food defense by vigilance and terrorism. What he said, each establishment shall assess the hazard to product posed by potential act of sabotage, vandalism, or terrorism, and shall put in place professional protective measure. We have a procedure in place for food defense, where we have identified possible threats to our products. We also have a checklist in place to the food defense and fraud checklist to assess our environment. So the procedure is management SOP 23. Then we also have management SOP 27. So the records is the food fraud and food defense checklist. So I think for now, I've been able to run through the program, and if there's any question or any modification, any question or any concern, I can, maybe somebody should just raise it up. Hello.
Yeah, I request everybody to be little bit interactive and take benefit of discussions, because in this document we are able to connect the standard requirement directly to the SOPs which are being put in place. So these SOPs represent your departments as the names and the numbers are mentioned. So when the auditor is asking any questions, so what SOPs answers which requirement of the standard is being elaborated. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, we can make a discussion box for another 5 to 7 minutes and then move on to the next topic. Fumilola, any questions from your side?
I don't have any question, just that as the work has been made easy by itemizing for all of the clauses which SOPs and records have been identified and would be needed for the stage 2 audit. So in order not to make that day rowdy and disorganized, I think that this slide should be shared to all the HODs involved, so that at least they can look through and get all those documents ready, so that for that day we don't have to start getting up. Everything is set, and then whenever we are asked for any of it, it's easy to give it to them.
I appreciate Fumilola. Obviously, the training module will be shared with all the HODs for their reference and understanding. There is no doubts about that. Now the question is that we have crossed the stage 1 of the certification program, and the auditors have seen the SOPs, and they have reinforced the confidence, telling that these SOPs are good enough to meet the standard requirements for the certification criteria. Now, the very important aspect of the stage 2 audit is the practical version of implementation. That is very important, for which this training module is scheduled in the way, positioned in the way it is. So my humble request to all the HODs is to not only gain the insight between your SOP to the standard, but to take it forward from the SOP to the user and the records. Are we really, in a true sense, demonstrating what we have mentioned in our SOPs to the workplace practice? This is the very core aspect of the stage 2 audit, that is implementation, and seeing that whatever we have implemented is meeting the food safety requirement. So with that point of view, if any of the HODs or the coordinators have any questions, you can put forward. If you have any doubts, we can put forward. We purposefully have not mentioned the questions in the audit trial. The reason being is that we want to just trigger a thought to you. And if we frame a question, obviously you will be sticking up to the same question, and we don't want that to happen. So we want you to be open-minded that what the standard requires and what our SOPs are stating, and what we need to stock when an auditor is raising these topics. Thank you very much. So let Mr. Kunle, any points from your side? Hello, Mr. Kunle. Hello, Mr. Kunle, my friend. Mr. Kunle, are you there? I think he's not audible to us. Okay. Mr. Okpal Nama Jiku.
No, I don't think we have anybody getting that name here.
Yeah. Any points from your side, my friend?
Okay. Oh, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you'd have said Chimezie. Good morning. I think it's very clear. It's very, very clear. I don't have any much things to say. It's very understood.
So You represent which function? You represent which function?
Engineering.
Engineering. So in this all 14 clauses, are you able to see the clauses which are applicable to you?
Of course, of course.
So you have the site layout diagram, water line diagram, and the related facility maintenance related records and all.
Engineering, this aspect is a little bit broad because I need to discuss that with Sonny because there are some of those things that are not actually with me that goes beyond engineering, but I have to discuss that with Sonny.
Yeah, as far as facilities and facility maintenances are concerned from systems point of view, no process owner stands to be engineering, but if there is any informations which are relevant informations which are with the other departments or other people, you need to line up with that, with those people and make sure the audit trials.
That's what I said, because when it comes to facility maintenance, it might not be exactly engineering. So we need to look at that. So I'm going to discuss with him.
Sure. Okay, fair. Mr. Kunle Taiwo, are you there, please?
Mr. Mohammed, I have to let you because I have another meeting now.
Okay, Mr. Michel, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye to all.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Bye, Mitchell.
Bye.
Yeah, Mr. Kunle, are you there? If you are not there, okay, Emmanuel.
Yeah, Mustafa, it's been very detailed. All the things pointed out. Just look, basically, finance tries as much as possible to ensure that everywhere there's a control risk, we assess and then we improve. So I see that. I mean, quite a lot of things to check and ensure that yes, we are able to meet.
Thank you.
Standards.
Yeah. Thank you. Mr. John Akpan. Mr. John Akpan. Hello, Mr. John Akpan.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mr. John Akpan.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Afternoon.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, we want to understand your insights on the slides which I have gone through.
Sir?
Mr. John, I'm
I can hear you
repeating.
now. I can hear you now.
I'm repeating. We just want to have your insights on the slides which you have gone through, the training slides which you have gone through.
So I mean, it's self-explanatory, and like I explained to Madam Fumi earlier on, if I would start working on making sure that ensuring that all the necessary documents are available, and if I need any assistance, I'll reach out to her and the team.
Okay, thank you very much.
I really don't have any problems or any questions regarding the slides.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Sunny.
I'm with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think you have very, in a composite manner and in a cool manner, you have explained the slides very well. I appreciate you. I appreciate your control on the topic. Thank you very much. Thanks for taking all the people through this training section. And I'm sure it is going to help each and everybody in the team to build their insights with the audit trials. Thank you very much. And so now switching on to the virtual audit which we had on the records, specimen records. Why don't you just take the team through and give them insights about the virtual audit we have done on the records and what are the areas of improvement in the records.
Okay.
What I would suggest, Sunny, for the production, you can open up the file which is having the comments box.
Okay.
So my friend Olatunji, is it you handling the production?
Yes, I'm the chief servant there.
Yeah. So there are certain areas of improvement which we have identified in the production records. Sunny will be taking you through that. Sunny, can you enlarge this comment section, please?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you can drag it. You can drag it. Okay. Okay, that's good. So now you can explain what the and have a discussion forum on the recorded gaps.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. The last time I was with working, we try to see how possible we can verify our records and also put our house in place. And after the exercise, myself and Marga, I look at it and also review, and we are able to come out with some findings, or let me call it area of improvement. So for production department, when we are looking at the record, that is the teriyaki chicken and meat flavor blending and cooling line reports for batch number 22321 CN dated 23/5/2021. We discovered that the report did not capture the standard for processing condition. That is the blending time, the blending temperature, oil temperature, cooling temperature, then temperature and humidity, that is the environment. In absence of this standard, the observed process value meeting the standard or is not, that is, we were not able to establish if the value that were recorded is meeting the standard, because there's no column where the expected value is mentioned. Also, we noticed that in the CIP cycle, the CIP needs to be confirmed, as there are only two phases mentioned: water followed by caustics, then after caustics, then water flushing. These were not shown in the record. That is, the flushing water. Well, let me just try and put the CIP status. So we didn't have record for this. That is
Olatunji.
I am with you. I'm listening.
Yeah, I just wanted to have a small clarification from you. See, when we are talking about the CIP, we are showing two phases of the recipe here. That is water recipe, water and caustic. Now, after the caustic start and stop, I believe you have a water flush again?
The system, the CIP system is automated, not manual. So once the operation starts, it starts on the cycle until it ends the process, a normal standard CIP process. So the capturing of this data here, if we want to enumerate them, we can enumerate and do this any other checkup. It's deliberately put there. Normally what is supposed to be there is CIP starts the time and CIP ends the time. That's all.
Olatunji, I'm talking about validating the recipe.
There's no recipe for the CIP, except that the caustic concentration and the water, which is okay, and that is being monitored periodically from the quality control side. So there's nothing changes about that. That is set already.
Olatunji, try and understand my question.
Okay.
We are talking about having understanding on once you rinse the equipment with the caustic detergent, are you after that by automatically or by the system, or I'm not interested whether it is automatic or whether it is manual. I'm just trying to understand after the caustic, are you flushing with water, yes or no?
I just explained now that the process is automatic. The process starts automatically when the service starts with a rinsing. After the rinsing, then the water flushing before the caustic cycles. After the caustic cycles, then the rinsing, and until the CIP process ends, based on the time set for the concentration of the cleaning of the caustic from the line to be okay. Do you get me now?
Yeah, from your statement, what I'm able to get is that the system after the caustic rinsing, it again goes on to water phase and rinse the equipment with water. Is it right?
Exactly.
Yes, I appreciate that. I know from a basic process engineering point of view, no system will be there that it will not flush the system after chemical treatment. So here on this record, your automated records may be good, may be complying to the requirement. But here in this manual record, what we are showing here is water start, stop, caustic start, stop, and after caustic start, stop, if we don't show the water, rinse water, final flushing water start, stop, it represents that the caustic rinsing is the last one, which will be against to the food safety principles.
I think
please either correct this record.
I think what I think we can do if we all agree is this.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Since it's an automated process, this was deliberately put there to be sure that the operators are involved.
I'm hearing you.
They don't just slip off because the process is automated. So since it's automated, we can put it there, the CIP process when it starts and when it's end. If we're in alignment with this, so instead of the manual information,
I think that would be great.
Yeah. So
yes, that would be great. Instead of start, stop.
Yes, for this, because these ones are manually picked intermittently.
Yeah, so you can just pick up what is the total caustic starts time and CIP start and stop time.
Process.
So
that start and end.
Yeah, the entire you're right. The entire CIP process, when it has started and when it has ended. And Fumilola.
Yes.
Yeah, Fumilola, have you done the cleaning validation for the CIP?
Yes, we do swab after they clean.
Yeah, so the recipe, the concentration of caustic, the recipe they are following, do we have the data to validate the CIP recipe?
The only data we have is the swab after they're done, and then to confirm that the caustic concentration is what it should be and that it's cleaning at that concentration. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, Sunny, please go ahead.
Okay. So also, we noticed that that engineering downtime Also in the report, if no downtime, it is advisable to mention no downtime rather than striking down the column. On shrimp flavor, record batch code is misrepresented. Yes, we notice that you look at the batch code here, and this is for Terra chicken, and we have the same batch code for this is Terra shrimp. So we have the same batch code 22321CN here. Also 22321CN here too. So we should try and rectify that. On the shrimp flavor, average weight of bulk material is not stated. That is BMO control. Average. So no QC or QC check or result captured in the report.
I think, Sunny, you need to go down to the next page.
Okay.
No, the record next page, the record. Yeah, this is what, if you see the average weight of bulk raw materials here, it is left blank.
Okay, average weight of bulk material, salt, sugar, monosodium, MSG, starch, malt, then caramel. So if this is not, we need to either strike it out or we put a value.
No, that should be followed by the SOP, Sunny. In case if the SOP is that you need to take average weight of the raw materials and record it, then the question of striking down will be a wrong advice.
No, because what? Okay. So we need to get this information field, and then we have it in both sides. Okay, it is available here. It is available in the first the one for Terra chicken, but it is omitted in Terra shrimp. So then on the palette reports night shift, chicken flavor 222 yes. Opening stock and makeup stock has taken off. That is the palette this report.
So Sunny,
Yeah.
what I would suggest is, since this this file is having all these comments, you better forward it to them, and
Okay.
let them have their own because it is self-explanatory. Let them have their insights on that, and no, there's no point in spending time in explaining the same written points.
Okay, so I will do that.
In the similar manner, you can convert the other the photocopies which you have photos which you have taken about the other records of warehouse and other things, and insert comments like this, and pass it on to the HOD so that they take insight of the gaps. So quickly, can you please review the SOP approval status, please?
So far, I was able to go through some of the documents for approval. For quality assurance, prepared by, review, so it is still waiting, authorized by and released by. So they have also done their self-certification. For production, prepare and review is done. They're waiting for authorized and release. No, the certification is still pending. For engineering, they have been able to do their to sign, prepared, review, and also authorized by. So their document is waiting for review. Also waiting, I'm also waiting for their self-certification. For warehouse, they have also done their prepared and review, waiting for authorized and released. Then I have a copy of their self-certification too. Then for HSC, they have done prepared and review, so waiting for authorized and release, also waiting for their self-certification. For purchase, I could not even, there's nothing from there. I don't know the status of their SOP. Then for finance, they have done their prepared and review, waiting for authorized and
Yeah,
released.
Mr. John. Hello, Mr. John. Hello, Mr. John.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, what is this challenge, my friend? In the stage one also, you people have dragged the issue like anything. What is the problem?
Let me call you
Today,
back.
today
Let me
morning,
call you.
I wanted to have
Hold
a
on.
talk with Mr. Sunil, but rather just wanted to first have discussions with you people and then move forward. What is the issue around?
Okay. To be honest, there's no issue. I'm going to talk to him after this call. Like I told Madam Fumi before this meeting, I guess I have allowed myself too overwhelmed with issues cropping up in terms of raw materials and all that. I didn't really find time for that. But I spoke to my boss this morning and he has asked me to find time to make it priority. So I'm going to ensure that I provide those necessary documents before the end of today. So there's really no challenge, to be honest. It's just that we've been so overwhelmed with the job of lately, and then, well, that's not an excuse. We're going to close it this week.
Mr. John, I appreciate your feedback. See, Mr. Sunny is representing almost all 8 business units, and he is handling systems of 8 business units. And for him, you're keeping on waiting like this and without even giving any feedback on what the status is not really appreciable, I'm telling you.
I understand. I apologize for that, sir. That's not acceptable.
In the before stage one, he has followed up to the extent that I have to now ring up the bell of Mr. Sunil Sani. This is very embarrassing. Now, can we have commitment from you by when we will be having the signed SOPs?
Okay. So today is Wednesday. I should be able to send it over by tomorrow.
That would be appreciable. Thank you very much, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you. Okay, Baba Sunny, any other challenges? Authorizations, all the authorizations are from Mr. Michel?
Yes.
So,
I think by now, I've not gotten confirmation from them, because what they promised me is that that is yesterday, they will all gather the document and put it on Michel's table. So maybe I can get clarification from them if he has signed those documents as at tomorrow, so that we can pick it up for your own signature.
Yeah, Sunny, please take a fresh stock of the situation, because by this weekend, we need to have the user control documents submitted to the departments
Yes.
for them to have their internal review and be prepared for the audit, which as on it is scheduled on 9th to 11th of June.
Yeah.
Unless and until there are any changes to that. So please, by this weekend, also please take my time where the release signatures when I'm supposed to do. Please fix up time for me, and let me also complete that activity. And by this weekend, we need to make sure that the SOPs are distributed to their departments, my friend.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Mustafa.
Emmanuel, yes, please.
So our SOPs are all signed, but there's a part where you need to sign as well.
Sorry.
Okay, I think that is Michelle have signed, Abby.
Yes.
Okay, so I will organize to collect it. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
fantastic. So okay, perfect.
Thank you very much. Okay, then Every Sunday, thank you very much, my friend. I think before the stage 2 audit, there would be some 2 or 3 days of engagement which is required from you. Every Sunday, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm here, sir.
Yeah, we are really grateful to you for the kind of support you have done to Vacuum. Before the stage 2 audit, we want you to have a round of a small prototype of internal audit for Vacuum, and give the feedback to the individual department heads and Sunny, and copy to me and Fumilola, so that no last attempt of any corrections that are required in records and all, that would be enabling for a better audit. So Mr. Sunny will fix up a timeline with you. So please be available for that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So Fumilola, any support guidance required from Central Quality for the stage 2, Fumilola?
So far, I have the supports that we need, but just so that we can have all of our SOP, we have them all on hard copy. So just so if you can have everything soft copy, so at least we can have them on system and not just hard copy.
Fumilola, soft copies will not be circulated to avoid any misrepresentation of informations and misusage, because we have some instances in other business units where misleading documents have gone to other competitors. So soft copy circulations will not be happening. Whatever the final hard copies are there, they will be controlled, and the controlled documents will be coming to the users.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. So thank you very much, my friends. And now please, I humbly request once again, please have your downward look towards the records and the SOPs, because that is where the success point is. And also, as much as possible, please be advocate to your staff about the audit requirements and the SOP requirements. Sunny will be coming up with similar training on this is the PRP training, on the similar training on the ISO 22000 main standard module, maybe by next week. So till then, my best wishes to you people all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Baba Kunle. I think we didn't hear you this time now.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friend. I think I have mesmerized your name almost all 50 times in this meeting.
Yeah, because I'm shuttling between 3 meetings now. There's another meeting going on.
Wow.
Even in Wakib, that all the managers are supposed to be there.
Wow.
Because the impression we have was this meeting we end at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
And the other one starts at 12.
My goodness.
So, but I didn't want to distract whatever you are saying in that place. Otherwise, I would have raised the issue up. They are supposed to have joined the other meeting, which has been planned for about 2-3 weeks now.
Okay.
So I'm shuttling between, and I'm doing another meeting at the head office, making 3.
My goodness.
So I'm with you.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. And thanks for all the support and guidance from you to the team. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
Okay, Baba
I've been
Sunny.
relating with Sonny. I've been relating with Sonny, a member of the team.
Yeah.
You can be rest assured, all hands are on deck. All hands are on deck, and it's going to be a success. Yeah.
I'm sure about that, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Sunny. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice time.
Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.